How will he deal with this corner? Okay, he didn't. So let's just start off having a look at the Tesla Autopilot menu. So go on the little car symbol in the bottom right hand side and we go to Autopilot. Now the first thing that you will see with this is traffic aware cruise control, auto steer, which is in beta, which basically means it hasn't been finished being developed yet, even after about 6 years. Traffic aware cruise control is Tesla's name for a adaptive or active cruise control system. It'll brake for you, it'll accelerate for you, it'll keep up with traffic, it'll keep a set distance from the car in front of you, and will always try and maintain that distance where possible. It works really well in traffic because it works all the way down to 0 miles an hour. So if you're crawling along and you come to a stop, it'll move off when the car in front of you moves off, and it'll stop when the car in front of you stops. So it works really well and really takes the fatigue out of stop-start driving. Auto steer incorporates traffic aware cruise control and then also gives lane keep. So these are autopilot. It's a little bit confusing for those who've never had a Tesla before, because autopilot kind of indicates that you don't have to do anything, but you do. But you can split it, so if you don't want the lane keep, you can just have traffic aware cruise control on, or you can have it so that you have everything. This is standard on all Teslas now. There is no option for this. You can get enhanced autopilot in Europe. So this is standard on the car. Enhanced autopilot gives you a few other things. I will do a proper video on enhanced autopilot. I am contemplating getting it. I just don't really want to spend $3.5 grand on it. So it would be really helpful to the channel if you could give me a like and a subscribe. And if you're thinking about buying a Tesla, I will put in a link to my referral link, smooth, so that you can get a discount off of a new Tesla, and I will get some credits, and then hopefully I'll get enough and I can just buy it with credits rather than actual money, because I don't think it's worth the actual money, but it's worth credits. Autopilot activation, you have two options for this: single click and double click. What that means is with the right hand scroll wheel, if you've got a Model 3 Highland, because there's no stalks, you have the same setup. If you do have a stalk, it's just a single press down or a double press of the stalk. This is not in the Juniper new Model Y. For some reason they've done away with the double click option. No information as to why that is. I would say set this up to double click, because it gives you the best of both worlds with cruise control and auto steer. It gives you a chance to play about with it. When it's set to double click, if you press it once, you get cruise control and you still do the steering. And if you do the double click, you get the full auto steer, so it's the lane keep and the cruise control. So what you'll see now that we're on this road is, if I double click, it'll say auto steer temporarily unavailable. I can use cruise control, no problem, but I can't use auto steer. Auto steer becomes available if in between your battery capacity and your gear selection you have a little grey steering wheel. Effectively, it's any time it can read the difference between the edge of the road and a middle segregation to the next lane, which we will see as soon as we come out onto here. So now we're on this road, it can see the dashed middle lines and it can see the edge of the road. We now have a grey steering wheel. So if I want to now, I can engage auto steer. That was cruise control. There we go, auto steer. I'm going to slow it down to 50 because it's going to try and take me along this road at 60 miles an hour. Auto steer is engaged when we have these two lines. And this is the path it's going to try and follow. downside of Autosteer is it does approach things a bit fast, even with curvature assist, so I'm going to take over. It's not full self-driving, it's not made for these roads. Now the benefit of the double click that I was talking about is when you override it using the steering wheel, it remains on cruise. So you're on cruise control, active cruise control, when the numbers next to the speed limit are in black and the max will have a blue tinge to it. So I'm going to slow it down to 45 because all of these roads, it's not really meant for this. Again, try it on this bit. So you can take your hands off the wheel and it's doing its own thing. I'm going to need to slow down a lot for this. It's not going to like this. And it didn't like it. It still has limitations. Now this is a very tricky road for Autosteer to do this on. But it allows you to engage it on this road. A lot of the systems are just flat out, no, only on motorways. Now I'm hoping I can leave it long enough to get the please touch the steering wheel. So you'll get this message come up and it will flash blue and it will get annoyed with you and make you want to touch the steering wheel. And you can either give it a little bit of pressure, not a lot, just a little bit, and it'll go away. Another 10 seconds, whatever the timing is. It deals with camber in the road incredibly well as well. You can't see it on the camera, but this road is all over the place. Now if you have an internal camera like I do in this Refresh Model 3, you can just place your hand on the wheel and it will go out. Fairly recent update has enabled that. Let's see how it does around here. A bit over the line. It got round on its own. I mean, here we go, we've got a lorry just pulled out in front, so it will start to slow down. It might panic a little bit about that car coming out. Still on auto steer, slowing down for the lorry automatically. Now we are coming to a junction up here. I love all these graphics, I think they're brilliant. Wasn't very happy with me about that. It couldn't work out where the edge of the road had gone because there was the petrol station there. So we can turn it back on. We'll go back down to 50 for this bit. Now the lines are quite faded here. Curvature assist will come in to slow it down, so I've got it set to 50. It's slowed down to 38 to get around there. That's the benefit of this system, is it will try and keep it engaged as much as it can. And other systems, the BMW that I drove, it wouldn't do that. It would just go on the other side of the road trying to make the corner. It doesn't get upset by cars coming past the other direction. You've just got to constantly be adjusting the speed is the downside, but on that stretch of road there, the lines had gone. So we can flick this up to 55. You adjust your speed with the right scroll wheel as well. If you do it slowly, you'll go up in increments of 1. So we'll go up to 60 in increments of 1. I want to go back down to 55. If you do it quickly, it does it in multiples of 5. It's really easy to use, really straightforward. And it just stays going along here, no problem. Now we're going into a 30 zone. It has changed to 30. It's slowing down to 30. My biggest complaint with this system is that we start slowing down only once we have crossed the change in speed limit. Rather than slowing down, say, 10 meters before the speed limit is introduced, we don't start slowing down until we've crossed the threshold for it, which is fine when the speed limit increases. It has seen that it's gone to 60, but it's staying at 30. It's hit and miss with when it decides it wants to change the speed limit. Panicked a little bit then. But we've got to remember that this isn't the road that it's designed for at all. It's not meant for this. It's already got curvature assist coming up because it knows that this is quite a tight turn. And I know that it can't do this because I've tried it before, and I'm definitely not letting it. Not when there's cars coming around.
So, should Autopilot be used on country roads? Well, not really. Much like Optimus at this corner, it just tends to give up if things get a bit too difficult for it. It's certainly not full self-driving, and it certainly cannot be trusted as if it is full self-driving. However, if you use it sensibly and to where its limits are, it does make driving a lot easier as long as you are paying full attention to the road ahead. Thank you very much for watching. Please like, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.